deadly for sparring. I agree and I disagree. And sometimes I think you're full of shit. Let's find out why. Welcome. This is the YouTube channel of me, yours truly, Vincent Zeng, the Wandering Warrior. Yeah. As you know, I'm out in Taiwan learning 摔跤. That is a style of it that is prevalent here, being 快跤, and also exploring the historical, cultural, and martial landscape of Taiwan. More to come on that later. Today, I want to talk about a certain topic that comes up over and over again in the traditional martial arts circles. And by traditional martial arts, I mean they're coming from the standpoint of combat in a traditional environment. And that normally is some kind of battlefield, some kind of self-defense situation, some kind of raid or skirmish with the enemy, right? And oftentimes, as you notice, traditional martial arts come with weapons training and empty-handed training. And if it's empty-handed, it could be sort of folk competition, like folk wrestling, folk boxing, a mix of the two. Or it could be self-defense, combatives, this and that. All right, so a topic that comes up frequently in traditional martial arts. These techniques are too deadly for sport. These techniques are too deadly for sparring. These techniques are too deadly for me to demonstrate. Okay. I agree and I disagree. And sometimes I think you're full of shit. Alright, first off, I agree if you look at it from the terminal effect. If I stick fingers into eye sockets, right? If I grab here and rip it off. If I jam the throat, right? Understood. Yeah, sure. If I have the arm under mine and I complete the break for the hyperextension, yeah, understood. If I bring them down, 12 to 6 elbow, chopping fist to the neck, you can cause permanent damage. And serious damage at that. You might even kill the person, right? Punch to the back of the head, same idea. Pile drive a person, you throw people specifically on their heads. Groin shots, certain types of compressions against the spine, and kicking the knee, right? What in MMA they're calling them oblique kick, cross kick. There are a whole series of names, but this kind of kick has been common, very common in a lot of traditional martial arts. Particularly, you see this in Silat and Chinese martial arts, whole varieties of them. Should these all be illegal? That's one thing. These should probably not be used in sport, most of them. Kicks to the knee, to be honest, they're not hard to defend. And if you're allowing people to get permanent brain damage from KOs, then kicks to the knee should be valid as well, if put into that light. If you are okay with people becoming retarded, then having a bad knee is almost nothing in comparison. That's one perspective. As far as can you use this in your training, you absolutely can. You say, well, how can I work eye gouges? How can I work throat punches? How can I work chops to the neck, chops to the back of the head, and all that stuff? How can I work groin shots? Well, we're humans, and there's two things we can do. But before we do any of that, let's take a step back and say, what is the point of this? Is the point of this me putting my fingers in my training partner's eyes? Or is the point that I develop the skill, the correct form, the timing, the spacing, to be able to do that? And then when the time comes, hopefully that that response has already been ingrained and pop, boom, it's in. I think that part is more important than actually sticking fingers into friends' eyes. People have trained sword fighting and spearmanship and archery for a long time without actually killing their training partners. They've drilled and they've done precision testing, whether it's cutting, spearmanship, archery, hitting the target, or perhaps hunting as a sort of a substitute, to hone those same skills. So you tell me it's too deadly to use in sparring, okay, fine. You can wear protective eyewear, that's one. You can wear protective neckwear and go a little bit lighter on your chops and attacks on the neck. You can wear a cup, right? So, first off, you can go lighter on these things. Second of all, you can use protection. Always use protection. And lastly, you can do a lot of drills that get in there, pop, boom, pop, boom, right? And then when you go on the dummy, when you go on the bag, or whatever training implement you're going to use, even if it's something that you improvise, you can go harder. You can sink your fingers into something made out of foam or a watermelon or something. You can go all out on that kick when someone's holding a Thai pad for you. Pop, pop, boom, right? There's nothing wrong with that. So to say we can't train this, we can't truly practice this, bullshit. That said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, share it. Please share it if you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me on my journey. I salute yours. Peace.